and welcome. My name is Rachel.
My name is Brandon.
And I'm Ashley, and we're Chat Rollette, where we roll and then chat.
Every week we talk about topics about roll D20 or roll table topics.
And today we're giving more advice. Yeah, let's do it.
Advice.
I said hello, and you couldn't even hear the hello.
I heard the hello.
I know, it just said hello. That's what.
Oh, you feel like you cut off?
Mm-hmm. But it's just because I have a bagel. I'm eating it right now.
Like hello?
A cream cheese. It's advice number 1. This is the first piece of advice. Eat a bagel with chive and onion cream cheese. It'll change your life.
Unless you don't like that, then don't.
Yeah. Bagel.
So I'm gonna be eating that throughout the day.
God.
I know. Stop telling me that I have stuff.
You got schmutz on your face.
I literally just finished the bite. I didn't have a chance to even check myself before I wrecked myself.
All of our advice pods are fun.
Yeah. Very easy, very fun, very casual.
Yeah.
Very demure.
Very cutesy.
Very cutesy.
Pretty demure.
Sometimes mindful.
Sometimes not.
Sometimes chaotic.
Yeah.
But we all have advice stories.
Yep.
And I think we should just jump into it.
Okay.
Let's jump
Who's
in.
starting?
I don't know.
The dice will decide.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I mean, it's
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're
Me.
going.
Okay.
If you haven't seen our show before, we like to use
Brandon
a lot
has
of dice.
2.
I wasn't looking when you counted, so I didn't know what's happening.
I did it with a thumb like this, so it's a little harder to see.
Brandon, we're pulling all of these from Reddit.
We love Reddit.
This is the one disclaimer. If you are hearing a story of yours that you don't like, just message us. We got you. We can take it down. We didn't necessarily. A lot of these are from advice places, so it's like,
Or like, am I in the wrong type of thing?
yeah, kind of stuff. So it's kind of weird to be like, no, you can't give advice. But I get it. If you don't want it there, it be like that.
Yeah.
That's my disclaimer.
You want boyfriend advice or neighbor advice?
Neighbors.
Okay.
Neighbors, I think, are fascinating
Neighbors are weird.
and annoying sometimes.
We all have them.
We all have an annoying neighbor.
I don't have an annoying neighbor.
We have annoying neighbors.
We
We
have-
have plenty.
Yeah, you got enough for all
got
of us.
neighbors
I don't
to
have
spare.
my neighbors are great.
We got kids running up and down the streets
I have
at
that too.
all hours of the
Yesterday,
day.
they had Nerf guns
Oh, fun.
in
Hell
the
yeah.
streets. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's dangerous, but hell yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we have domestic fights at like 2 and 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Although that hasn't recently happened. I think they moved out.
Yeah,
Or
there's
I
a
think
there's
you're
a
right.
house that moved out recently.
We got people riding on motocross bikes
all
at
the
all hours.
It
of
doesn't
the day.
even matter. Literally, what was the one yesterday?
It's
It
driving
was
me
like
nuts.
It was going slow, so
Yeah.
it was like.
It's a motocross bike,
Yeah, there's a motocross.
not a motorcycle.
I think there's a couple. There's a
One's like a motocross bike for sure.
One's definitely a motocross bike with a kid on it, like
Yeah.
teenager. And then there's also I think probably like a muscle car or two.
Mhm.
Oh, there's definitely some souped up cars in our neighborhood.
And they're like
1000%.
Yeah, that one we always hear.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
And it's like
And-
it's a neighborhood 25 miles per hour, baby.
Yeah.
Go slow.
And we got people that hit my car every once in a while.
Yeah, with low visibility on a steep hill.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Kind of stupid.
Real stupid.
Anyway,
Oh, well.
neighbor drama from Reddit.
It's not necessarily drama.
Neighbor advice.
Yeah. So the title is Neighbor Put Up Wind Chimes That Are Driving Me Crazy.
Oh God.
Oh,
What is the etiquette on asking him to take them down?
just ask. Knock on the door. Ding, ding, ding. Hey, I really like these wind chimes. Do you think we could maybe put them in a different spot?
Or just leave a note.
Yeah, a note, an anonymous note. Ugh. Don't sign your
Your
name.
friendly neighborhood neighbor.
Do they own the home? Do we know?
We'll find out. I, 20s female, live in an apartment complex in a city.
Oh, apartment
My
complex.
30s male upstairs neighbor recently put some wind chimes on his upstairs porch out back.
Mm.
Not only can I hear them when I go out onto my back porch, I can hear them from inside my apartment, especially when I have the windows cracked. I don't have AC, so I have them permanently cracked all summer.
Mm.
They're not particularly loud when I'm inside, but I have very sensitive ears and find it nearly impossible to ignore intrusive background noises like these. At
Okay.
first, I thought the sound was kind of nice, but after having listened to them almost constantly for the past few days, I can feel them starting to drive me insane. I know that the longer this goes on, the more I'm going to start hating the sound. Am I allowed to ask him to take them down? If so, how do I approach this? I really don't know what the etiquette is here, and I don't want to be rude. We're definitely friendly with each other, but not particularly close. I really don't want to strain our relationship and make things uncomfortable, but also I feel like putting out wind chimes when you live in an apartment complex is kind of insensitive since you're not giving all the people around you a choice about listening to them.
Yeah.
TLDR, my upstairs neighbor put up wind chimes that I can hear from inside my apartment, and I want to ask them to take them down, but I also don't want to be rude.
Yeah.
Okay, here's how you
Especially like an apartment complex.
You got to make an anonymous note. Type it out.
Solution. Slingshot.
Ooh, but then
What if they're above you, though? That's hard. That's a rough angle.
get good.
Valid.
Other solution. BB gun with a scope.
Oh.
Okay.
That way you can like go like far away from your.
You
Put
make
on
friends.
like a black cap and a hoodie and just.
You make friends with the
fucking
neighbor across the way.
Saving Private Ryan.
You go on their balcony.
Style.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
like, hey. Oh my God. Speaking of neighbors across the way. So
God.
when we were in college, we lived in like a dorm that like was like a U almost.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so, I lived in, there was we were in one little spot and we had a bunch of neighbors, and the neighbors, wrote little notes using Post-its, like pixels, and they had conversations across the way, and I always thought that was really cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So, maybe just write, oh, that's the solution. Find a way to, like, make a note go up.
Create a pulley system.
Ooh.
Send the note. And maybe like a little gift, like a little snack, and be like, hi, just wanted to say you're great. These wind chimes are awful.
Yeah.
Here's a snack. Please take them down. For the love of God.
What if we would? I think there's. I have 3 options in mind.
Yeah.
I
Go
went. My
ahead.
mind was on brain blast mode.
BB gun was
You
my
just
favorite
decided
one.
it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine's. I have a similar one to in that vein.
Okay.
The one you just made me think of is okay. They should be able to have wind chimes up, but they're very loud and intrusive. What if we had like muted wind chimes?
Or like silent, like a little pinwheel or something.
Yeah. So
Like something visual,
I'm
but like
imagining-
not auditory.
like a sound that's not going to travel as far. That's not going to be as obtrusive. So like I'm thinking of like a malleted with metal thing. So it's like a very low hum vibration
Instead of metal on metal
opposed to
or
like
whatever.
a jingling chiming noise that could be loud.
Like a wooden wood chime.
Yeah.
Like metal really reverberates.
Yeah.
Really loudly.
Option number 2 to go along with just like covertly getting it out of there. I thought drone would be fun.
Drone would be a great idea.
Yeah. Do a drone. And my third least ethical option, but maybe fun, would be to just like retrain a pigeon.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because like
To
we
just,
did,
It's a homing pigeon
Yeah.
for wind chimes.
it
I
just it
mean,
goes around and picks
Pigeons
up
are
intrusive.
drones. So
Yeah.
you basically combine 2 solutions.
And we did them so dirty. So.
I was more focused on the note that you could send.
Mhm.
So I was gonna suggest something along the following. Neighbor, the first morning when you put the wind chime up, I wanted to blast my eardrums out. And when you left, I kept wanting to do that.
I know what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Multiple people in this complex know, and therefore you should know the truth. Your wind chimes are awful.
Signed,
Signed,
Snooki and JWoww.
Snooki and JWoww.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's different because you can't say that the wind chimes cheated.
You can.
How do they cheat?
They were so loud that everyone heard them rather than being just
Oh
for you.
my God, they're
Yeah.
in between other people's eardrums.
What
Yeah.
do the comments say?
Oh, a lot of people in the comments were like, telling them that like, no, they cannot directly ask them to take them down. They
No,
cannot
you
do
can.
that. Well, I'm getting there.
Liars.
They were like, you can either call it like apartment complex or
That's
just
excessive.
deal with it. They're like, what do you like work from home? You could like blame your employer. Some people like you should check your apartment
your
complex
employer's a good idea.
rules. And I was like,
Ooh, checking
okay.
the rules is smart, especially if
but
you're
then-
going to go to your like management office.
the top comment was like, most of these comments are silly. It's really not rude to ask if you're friendly. You could just knock on his door, leave a note. He might not do it, but it's always worth asking.
Yeah.
But those are like the general consensus of like what to do.
It's like I started that way with the neighbors downstairs in college one time
Mm-hmm.
because they would bump music all the way, like they would party
Yep.
because they were frat boys, and I knew which frat they were in.
Nice.
So like there were a couple times where we like knocked on their door and we were like, yeah, hey, like I get it, happy party, but like take the subwoofer off.
Yeah.
Like please, 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 no more subwoofer.
Mm-hmm.
But they would keep doing the subwoofer. So then I called the cops.
Mhm.
To the point where they then left a note for us being like, can you please not call the cops? Just text us. Here's our phone number.
You're like, okay.
I'm
well,
like, okay.
but I've already asked and you said no.
Mhm.
So
So, yeah, it was funny. I did continue to call the cops.
Yeah.
yeah,
as
noise
you should.
complaints. Yeah. I have to live.
Period. It was like 2 a.m. like on school night sometimes. I was
Yeah.
like, bro.
Bro.
Okay,
Go to bed.
go to bed.
Yeah, and also don't park in a no parking zone in front of our trash cans. You know who you are.
Ashley's back on it.
Fuck you. Anyways,
We have a parking sign.
our
I just
neighbor's
haven't-
not gonna fucking see this. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. But like,
Well, no, I just think it's funny that you,
I think it's so funny, and I love moving my trash cans in front of their car or right at their driver's side door,
Mhm.
so they physically have to know that they are being a menace.
Yeah.
In my
Uh-huh.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I need to like just screw on because I have another no parking sign for the side of the house. I just need
We
to
should
put
just
it-
like have a towing company at this point on hand.
no
something you
there's-
shouldn't do, but that would be really funny but unethical is just to like sprinkle nails and screws in that little lane.
that would be
Ooh.
funny.
but there's so many
Very
people, there's so many
unethical.
other people who drive down the hill that
yeah,
have
that
it.
it would.
Yeah.
We would probably be a menace
Yeah.
to them.
I mean, there has been a tow truck, like
Again,
a couple.
I
months
know
ago.
exactly why that happened.
Why is it?
Is I told you this.
Mhm.
It's because the neighbor that we kind of are okay with, who also has the same name as
Oh,
you,
was having car trouble.
had car trouble and their
That's right.
battery died,
Yeah.
and
I
they
forgot about that.
purely just needed to move it from one spot to another.
I remember that.
They couldn't
I
move it
forgot.
any further, which makes sense on that hill.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
I don't know. My opinion is that if you're going to be consistently not like parking in a no parking
Ashley's
zone,
ready for that.
my apartment complex in college was brutal about that.
Yeah.
Because we had assigned parking, and
Mhm.
so if you parked in somebody else's spot, or if you parked in the guest parking and were there for like more than 8 hours, you immediately got towed.
Yeah.
I'm just of
That
the-
happened to my friend. He stayed overnight and his car got towed. I was like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Like, I'm okay with it if, like, literally every single spot on that other side is gone. But, like,
They never are.
90% of the time, it's not fully booked up. So
No.
I'm like, just walk. If I have to do the walk at your house from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill,
Hey.
Sue LaVue.
Yeah. Welcome to
That's-
living in a city.
Welcome
I mean,
to living in Pittsburgh.
Welcome to living in street parking.
Specifically. Like, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the neighbor story. Who's next?
You or me? Rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Bonk.
Your
Rachel
turn.
won.
I win.
The
Okay.
winning move, rock over scissors.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Okay, so if I brought 5. So I have 2 pretty inconsequential ones. I have 2 inconsequential ones. Then I have a medium level and 2 kind of longer ones.
The rating system you just did for that is wild.
Inconsequential
versus medium versus long.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Like in length. I think it's mostly about length.
Okay.
So the small ones are titled "What age should I stop wearing bikinis?" and
Never.
number 2, "Should I quit the blankie?"
Say it again.
Blanky.
You want
Blankie,
blankie?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Was
even
it
need to know.
bikinis or blanky, and it's like blanky.
Okay.
I
This
mean,
is really
bikinis are
short.
hot, but like blanket.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
know?
she
This
said,
is-
should I stop wearing it? I said, no, that's the answer. Just don't stop.
Yeah,
Like,
period.
wear
That
it as
was
long as you
mine.
want. That's the advice.
But
or be
there's-
naked.
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. Should I quit the blankie? I'm 35.
Okay.
I've had it since I was a small child.
Okay.
I sleep with it
Okay.
every night. My husband is the one who knows and he doesn't care. I'm not hurting anyone, but I'd be embarrassed if anyone found out. I lived abroad for
Who
3 years.
cares?
I lived abroad for 3 years and did not have it, so it's not like I can't sleep without it. Should I quit it or keep this nighttime
No.
comfort?
The only person in your life who matters doesn't care.
Yeah.
So then
So why do you care?
blanket.
It's a blankie.
Enjoy.
She's embarrassed about
Have
it.
fun.
She doesn't want to be Linus.
As long as
She's not taking it with her to the grocery store.
As long as you clean it, like,
Yeah.
and it
At
makes
that-
you happy, then yeah.
At that point, it's just a blanket that you use in your house.
No, at that point, if you're 35 and you sleep with it every night,
and it's a baby
it's
blanket.
a rag.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but like still.
Okay, on a
Sleep
Yeah.
with your rag.
But
it's
if she was
fine.
like, I literally can't leave my house without it. I have it wrapped around my shoulders at all times.
I wear it.
I wear it like it's a part of
It
me.
is a shawl.
Then I'd be like, okay, maybe we like talk to a therapist. But like,
But if you just
and
sleep
you just
with
sleep
it,
with
wants-
it
She's nervous about being embarrassed.
from who?
Exactly. Well, she just posted it on the internet. So
well, she has a
Yeah.
husband, so like
That's what I'm saying.
who else is gonna sleep in your
Right,
bed? Maybe
you're
your
not-
children.
Yeah.
Okay, they'll probably have their own blankies.
Exactly.
Like it doesn't matter.
I could see like if you were like younger and single and
My mom
like
had
living
her
with
own
people.
blankie.
Yeah, and like doing that, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna bring this random person home. Maybe I don't want my like tattered little baby blankie hanging out in the corner of my bed.
My
when
mom
they
had
get
a
here.
quilt.
Sure, but like, you are an adult who is married.
Yeah.
Who are you Who are you trying to impress?
My mom had
I
a
have a few
quilt
funny
for
Your child, like your friends. You
Yeah.
have bad friends if they think your blankie's weird.
No, literally.
have you seen my blankie?
You've mentioned it. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, I gotta
Oh
show
my
it to you.
god, it's
yeah,
gray.
I've seen it.
It's pink.
I think you've
it
shown it
was
on.
supposed-
originally pink.
Yeah.
It's gray.
I
It's
think
gray
you've
now.
shown it on camera.
Yeah.
It's
On a scale of 1 to 10, how ratty is this thing after 35 years?
Probably pretty rough.
like probably an 8
Well,
or a
but then
9.
again,
Threadbare.
if she's just
I mean, it
sleeping with
depends.
it,
Well,
and what kind of
How
blanket it
aggressive
is.
is-
also
of a
like how
sleeper
rough
sheet.
of a sleeper are you?
Right.
I toss and turn at night.
Mhm.
I
I
stretched my
literally
thing out.
charged my phone and put it next to my head last night, and I was tangled up in my cord. This
I've-
morning.
Have you almost choked
That's
yourself out like that?
dangerous.
I've
I
almost
was
choked
like, I need
myself
to
out.
put this further
Maybe on a
away.
side table or something. Yeah,
I've almost choked myself out because
we need to have a talk. The new advice is happening right now.
well, no, because mine
Normally,
is
I
so
keep
long.
my phone farther away, but
Yes,
It was
I
just
normally
really
do
close.
too. But I think I like. There's a couple of moments where I'll be like holding it, and I'm like,
you ever just scroll on TikTok and fall asleep?
No. I've read and I've done that before.
no, I purely because I'm holding it, and I'm just like, I'm not really listening anymore. Like I'm just falling asleep, and then I'll fall asleep, and then I'll turn.
You start making sleeping noises.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff.
exactly what
And I'll
happened.
turn
And then
and
you
I'll
turn.
turn.
All right.
You do a little wrap around.
Business idea.
Uh-huh.
Business pitch coming in hot.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember back in the day when people played consoles more often with wired controllers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had those safety things to where if like it got tugged on too long, it would detach.
Yeah. Kind of like a
Like-
treadmill
Yes.
thing.
We're doing that for phone chargers. Trademark.
Honestly, great
How
idea.
does the phone
Thank you.
stay charged?
Well, the thing is it's still an adapter, so like it'd be a USB to USB-C that like connects to the other one. So then the attachment still clicks into your phone to charge it.
Okay.
And then, but what happens is instead of choking yourself and dying in the middle of the night, it unplugs to save your life.
Hear me out.
So like maybe
Hear
your
me
phone's
out.
not charged, sorry, but like your life is charged, and that's a good thing.
Your life's charged.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Better business idea.
All right, here we go.
You know, heated mattress pad.
Heard of them?
Yeah, it's a mattress pad, but it just charges your phone, so it's wirelessly charging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that
You
way
need
you don't
that.
even need a cord.
yeah, yeah.
You just like set your phone on your bed,
Yeah.
like on the corner, like far away from you.
If I had a heated mattress pad, I would probably die in the middle of the night.
You
though.
sure would.
I would sweat out.
I
all of
have a
my
heated mattress
remains.
pad. It
I
stays
know
on my-
you need it. Yeah,
I need it
It's good
because
for
I'm
your
a
body,
baby
yeah.
and I die in
Yeah.
the cold.
And also,
but
your room is not
I'm
insulated.
roasting.
It's like the best to have a heated mattress pad
Yeah.
in winter. You like go take a hot shower, not a cold shower. Don't take a cold shower in winter. Hot shower.
I mean, if you do.
Before you go in though, you turn on the mattress pad so
Yep.
it starts preheating, and then you go from hot shower to ooh, I'm a little cold
Little
to
toasty.
just straight into bed, and you just stay there for the rest of the night. It's the best.
Toasty oven bed.
Toasty up in bed.
But yeah, I have some recommend. Does your phone actually have the contact, like the key charging or whatever?
Probably it's an iPhone 11. It should.
I think so.
You can
I have-
wirelessly charge.
And when you
with an iPhone
mentioned,
11.
because Brandon's phone is dying. When you
I've had
mentioned
for
it
5 years.
yesterday,
It's,
I have an
been doing
iPhone
work.
11. You can
Yeah.
wirelessly charge. You'll be fine.
I have some. I have a car one that does it like that, and then I also have other things I can share with you.
luckily, I mean, it's not a problem. Luckily, because I work from home, so I can just charge my phone whenever I want.
Yeah, but you have to charge it in a particular.
It's a
direction.
little annoying to do it that way, but it's like not. The problem is the car one, which I found one that I can use in a car.
Okay,
because every once in a while I drive back to Indiana and it's a 6-hour drive and I don't want to deal with my phone.
Yeah, I have the same
'Cause-
wireless charger thing
Yeah.
for the car. It's really useful,
Yeah.
especially for
Yeah, if you
iPhone.
need the wireless, I will get it to you. I'll
Yeah.
send you the link. But the only thing I will recommend is that it does get kind of hot. So
Oh, yeah.
so then I put the air vent that it's on or next
Yeah, you
to
gotta
on
angle
it
it.
so that it's
Yeah,
circulating.
yeah. I always have that AC going. So-
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a
Anyway,
hot
I'll
boy.
send you that link.
Good story.
Do we want? That was a short one.
Stop being ashamed.
I had comments.
Oh yeah, comments.
The funniest one.
I completely forgot about the story for a second.
So like the top comment
Blanky.
is pretty standard. Keep it in this world.
It
hold-
just says keep it.
It says keep it in this world. Hold anything that hold tight anything that brings you comfort. It's not bothering nobody. But then I scroll down. There's like the one that's like, for who and why? You're 35. I guarantee you that with each passing year, your level of give a fuck about what other people think will approach 0. You do you. And then the funniest one. I'm 70 and I sleep with a teddy bear and a small rabbit.
Love that.
And I think that's adorable.
Do you think the rabbit's stuffed or
It's stuffed with
do
something.
they just have a small rabbit?
It's stuffed with something.
Life,
Yeah.
vitality,
Love.
Memories.
organs,
No.
wet bones.
Stop.
Why you gotta make it like that?
All our bones are wet.
Why you gotta make it
I
like
don't
that?
need to think about that right now.
Just pops in my brain
I know.
sometimes. Bone
Oh
marrow?
my god.
Not
This
wet.
person has a long response. I'm 62
That's
and I
too
still
much
have...
of a response.
I know.
For
I'm
this.
just gonna read the first little part. I'm 62 and I still have 2 things from my childhood, and that I fully intend to take with me when the time comes. Okay.
Alrighty.
Egyptian
Do you
queen.
think? Do you think I should take my blankie when the time comes?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would gladly
Incredible.
put your blankie in your grave.
Thank you.
I'll mix
Get you homies who will put your blankie, in your grave.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll give you. So you got your birth blankie. We'll also give you a death blankie. So
Oh
you
my
married.
God.
You're married with both. Yeah.
Will one of them will they be opposite colors on the color wheel?
It's up to you. You can decide that. It's in your will.
What's the opposite of pink?
like a light green.
There you go.
Wow,
Color wheel.
that's crazy.
Because it's technically red.
Well, would it be?
We have to
'cause-
get you baby blue
or
so
is
that
it
you
a
change your
dark-
pronouns in death.
Stop.
Yeah.
No. What were you gonna say?
Do you think it should be a dark green because it was a light pink?
Ooh.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah,
forest green.
it's this color green.
Oh, emerald.
Yeah,
We love
Fun.
jewel
it's like a
tone.
dark.
What
I'm
would
just
be
so
your
white.
baby blanket that
It
we
would
put
look
in the
good.
grave for you?
I had a baby blanket. I don't have it anymore, but I had
But
one
like,
that was.
it doesn't have to be your baby blanket. Like, what do you want to bring with you to the grave?
Oh,
What's one item?
what's an item I'd want to bring with me to the
A
grave?
copy of Final Fantasy 14.
Probably. Yeah, the entire collection of Final Fantasy games.
No, you get to pick one item.
The entire. It's a collector's box. It's one
Alright,
item.
okay,
It's got all of
okay,
them in
I
it.
don't know. Is that legitimately the answer?
Probably. 'Cause I don't have anything else in mind.
Because
Because like my initial answer was like other people or something. And I was
no,
like, that's
not even
ethical.
a bug.
I can't do that.
Not even a bug Pokemon or like something.
Well, they're not
else?
real, Rachel. Pokemon are fake. It's really important to me that you know this.
Why are you cursing me dreams? In the afterlife, they are real.
Yeah, well, I also want to live long enough to where I can Black Mirror inject my consciousness into something so I can just hang
Hell
out.
yeah.
And I want
San
to inject
Junipero
my
and shit?
consciousness into the Pokemon world.
Yeah, it's just San
I-
Junipero, but it's
Yeah.
like
I'm
Yeah.
it's the
legitimate
Lolo region.
San
Legitimate
Junipero,
question.
but yeah.
You-
but it's like all the regions
Yeah.
that exist, and that's so I can travel.
Okay, but legitimate question. You
Yeah.
legitimately want to do that?
Yeah, I'd do that.
You would?
Yeah,
I don't know if I would.
that's fair. I think
fair.
at that point too, we could also like copy paste our consciousness into like different realities. So like we're existing in
Oh.
multiple planes.
That's
I think that's a bit much for me. I think
But
I'd
then-
like to
but
stick with
then-
one area.
Well, you wouldn't know. Like it'd just be the one. Like you wouldn't like have like 7 consciousnesses running through your brain. Like you would just be the one
They're
that you
just
go
separate.
to, and then like you'd also be the one that's in Rachel's hanging out with her.
But then here's the issue. Here's the issue.
I would just.
Here's the issue that I have. Here's the issue that I
That's
have.
too much. Brandon, I love you. That's a little too much for my little stupid idiot brain.
We're sober right now.
I know.
Here's the part where I'm like philosophically I have problems with this.
Sure,
Is that still you?
that doesn't matter to me.
It does to me.
Yeah, you're a very Ship of Theseus-minded person, where I'm just hanging out.
I
Just hanging out. Here's the thing: if I could get the best of both worlds, I would want my body to be turned into a tree, so
Love it.
nothing's getting buried with me. Because I don't think any material possession really should go to my grave.
Sure.
in my personal thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I purge things too much. And then I would definitely upload my consciousness into the cloud. Are you
There you
kidding me?
That's crazy.
Yeah. So body, ground, brain in the sky.
There you go. Yeah, I don't care what they do with this. I don't care what they do with
Yeah.
my
My
corporeal
meat
form.
sack.
My meat sack,
I
yeah.
don't need that.
I'm just a bunch of cells and water and
Yep.
shit.
Okay. I'm getting too
And
metaphysical, and I'm gonna start getting paranoid, and I'm not even high for that. So
Look, as long as we don't start talking about space, I'm okay.
Yeah,
So-
don't launch me into space.
no, I'm getting into the.
No, I just don't like the fact you're getting me really existential right now, and I don't like it. No, the things that I think about late at night is how insignificant the Earth is,
Yeah.
and how insignificant I am in comparison to the universe. Exactly.
No,
I'm so
I wasn't
sorry.
thinking about that. I was thinking about what happens to my little soul.
I was
because
just trying to
there
go
are
to the Pokemon
multitudes
universe.
of universes.
What happens with my consciousness, Brandon?
It goes to the Pokemon universe. You get to be a trainer or whatever. You could own a
That's
little shop.
Scary.
You could live your own little Ghibli life.
Yeah.
I don't.
That sounds fun.
I don't like not knowing.
All right,
No
more
one does.
advice.
Sorry.
Sorry, we
We went in a
left turn.
lot of directions with
Where
that.
would you upload your consciousness?
Yeah, if you had to upload your consciousness, yeah.
You upload your consciousness to the last video game you played. How are you doing?
Oh,
I'm
I'm
fuck.
doing great. I'm in the Final Fantasy 14 world.
I'm being a little
I've been-
culinarian with my thing going.
Imagine last game you played was Wordle. You have to just keep doing Wordles over
I'm
and over
so
again.
sorry.
That's so
All
upsetting.
right, sorry. Go ahead, Ashley.
Keep your blankie.
I would have been a cat girl in Limsa Liminza.
Hell yeah.
Anyways,
Keep your blankie.
speaking of, some of these include cat girls.
Hmm.
So I
Ruh-roh.
have 4 stories. I will let you pick. I'm just gonna read the title. My wife confessed to cheating on me after I donated a kidney to her.
Oh, I think I saw that, but I didn't read it.
Am I a horrible person for being hurt and upset by a quote harmless joke my husband played on me?
Probably not.
The other one is, am I the asshole for blowing up at my pregnant wife and putting my foot down after her blow up?
Yes.
And am I the asshole for refusing to roleplay as a cat girl for my husband?
No.
I feel like you mentioned cat girls, so we have to do it.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Okay.
Yeah, what kind of cat girl? What kind of cat?
This is from Am I the Asshole? All of these. Shout out Sam, who sent me all of these, I'd say in the past month. Because my friend Sam likes to send me Am I the Asshole posts, because I like reading them. And some of them are fucking wild. Some of them have been removed from Reddit, so...
Is this one removed?
No.
Good.
So I, 24 female, is married.
4, okay.
Is
Early.
married. I is married.
I is married.
And my husband,
cheeseburger.
24 male, my husband,
They're 24?
yeah,
They're younger
the
than me.
grammar is killing me. Since I've met him, showed interest in cute stuff, including anime girls, neko memes, etc. His favorite animal is cats.
Okay.
Before we got married, he told me, when we get married, I would like you to roleplay as a cat. I refused due to being grossed out by anime cat girls and how much they go overboard in acting quite, quote, cute and innocent, and brushed the thing off. He got mad at it first, but let it go. And when we got married, the topic was brought up again by him several times. Until one time he told me at least to do it for his sake because of the hard time he's had at work. So I gave him a condition that he roleplay as a cat as well, so my mind would see it as an activity we could do together. And that's when he got furious and threw a fit about how he's a man, and it would break his ego if he did this. I snapped, told him that I'd never ever cosplay as an anime cat girl, as they're gross in my eyes, and he wants me to do something for him, yet refusing to do something for me as well. Am I the asshole? Edit. First, a lot of you thought that I meant sex by role-playing. It's not. He just wants me to wear cat ears and act as a cat for him in general. Second, my English is not my first language, so yes, English is not my first language, yes. Yet I don't use Google Translate, LMAO. And my third, throwing a fit means getting furious, guys. He's never hit me in my life. Apparently.
Some people got confused by that one.
I did not hit her.
There's also an update, but
Let's talk about it.
yeah. Is this person an asshole for refusing to wear cat ears
They're
and acting like a
24.
cat?
No, they're not an asshole for
They're
refusing to wear it. You don't have to
24.
do anything you don't want to do, ever.
But there's also 2 issues here. Number
2?
1, yes, 2 issues.
I was thinking more. Go ahead.
There's 2 core issues.
Okay, so far.
First core issue. You have such a small view of cat girls. They don't have to be anime cat girls. You could just be cat and also be girl. You could just be full cat roleplay.
Sure. That sounds like what they want.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
think
know.
he's pretty happy that she's already a girl, but it sounds like he wants her to wear cat ears and maybe just like purr and stuff.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
to be the vibe.
Well, like, it could just be more cat than girl.
Yeah.
It could be like 90% cat, 10% girl, 99% cat. But she seems to have this very narrow view of cat girl.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, ew, kitten.
Yeah.
Like, which is weird. That is weird.
Well, I mean, I guess if it stems from him loving anime as much, that's probably why she thinks that.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was anime or animals.
No, she did anime.
Oh,
His favorite
I
animal-
heard that as animals. He loves animals, specifically cats.
He likes
Also
anime
true.
animals as people. People, cats.
This changes
people.
everything. So then there's only one core issue. This guy, get him out of here. He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to take no as an answer in a
Yeah.
full
Yeah,
sentence.
that's why it's weird.
This is
Yeah.
not the asshole for all the reasons
No.
you said. Quote, do it for me is just a red flag. Gross.
It's also weird that he like got so weird about the reciprocal request.
Yeah.
Like that feels like a normal thing to be like, okay, well, if you're gonna do it, if
Then
I'm
let's
gonna do it,
compromise
let's
and let's figure this
compromise
out,
and do
like-
it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's basically saying I would feel incredibly silly and weird if I did this.
Just by myself.
Yeah, so like if you did it, at least we would both be kind of being goofy, and like then it would be kind of fun and an activity and like.
It's like, what, you
playful.
don't want to be a cat boy?
Right. What's wrong with them?
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, the cat boy should dance with the cat girls in Lim's La Minza.
Exactly.
Which is a Final Fantasy place.
Anyways, there's
I
an
don't know.
update.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It says, I had a conversation with him and showed him the post. He was angry that I talked about it with strangers, but when
Who
he saw
cares?
the comments, he reconsidered the situation and realized he was in the wrong. And his ego is not related to doing something for me. He agreed to wear cat ears when I do it, lol. Thanks for the comments and advice.
Okay.
Everyone's happy,
Everyone's happy.
I guess.
Enjoy being cat people.
Yeah, be cat people and just enjoy it.
They like don't even have fully formed prefrontal cortex.
Period.
At this point. Like,
Exactly. They're younger than us.
And when they do, they'll want to be cat people.
Like my that
Yeah.
still cooking, as you can clearly see. I'm just happy I got this Totoro. Look at him. He's got a little leaf on his head.
Be my neighbor.
Yeah. It says
Won't you be my neighbor?
1988. That's old.
A little older than me.
Yeah, it's when our parents were born.
Your parents were born in 1988.
86.
No!
That's certainly not true.
That is absolutely wrong.
Oh no!
I was like, your
longer
parents are
than
not
that.
2 years older than me.
No. Oh, I'm so sorry.
88.
I'm
The
sorry.
80s.
I forgot. This is where my prefrontal cortex is still cooking.
Our parents
They
were
were
like
in high school or
in-
in college.
they
somewhere
were fully
around.
in college. They were fully in their.
I get
Hey,
it.
Rachel, have you
Like,
met your parents?
Yeah. Stop.
I'm texting Dad right now.
No,
asking him when he
don't
graduated
do it.
college.
I literally remember them talking about like being in the 80s.
It's just because Gerald's so youthful.
He
His spirit,
is.
yeah, his
Exactly.
Spirit is
His
such,
spirit
yeah.
is such that it's the
I
same as
texted
yours.
Gerald saying, "When did you graduate college?"
There you go. Yeah.
Stop. He didn't graduate college. It's such a rude question.
Dropped out.
Oh, oops, dropped out. Sorry, was that rude? Love you, Dad.
He like texted me.
Forgot he dropped out.
He dropped out of college.
I'm such an asshole.
That was so mean unintentionally.
Oops, sorry.
Just like
meant,
how
when did
I
you
was
leave?
mean unintentionally. So we're all mean.
I didn't do anything.
We're all.
I'm
Here's
having a great time.
here's the conclusion of this episode, folks. We're all the assholes.
I didn't do anything. What did I do? I called Gerald youthful.
Maybe he wanted to be called old.
Oh, well, he'll have to let me know. Did he answer you?
Did he answer?
He saw my first text, responded very quickly. When did you graduate college? Never.
Oh, Gerald.
Yeah.
Oh, Gerald.
Oh my god,
Gerald, if you're watching this is why you got that question.
Very good.
Also, a shout out to Gerald who just texted me meep earlier in the week. He does that
He
sometimes.
just
It's
likes to make a
adorable.
little noise.
Friday, 8:30 p.m.
And then here's the thing. I texted him back. I said, what
You
did I
say
say? I said, meep. And he never said anything
That's
back.
it's just a little communicative, like boop,
yeah,
hey,
I know.
just saying hi.
But it
love
sounded
that.
like he wanted to say something more.
With meep?
Yeah.
If someone messaged me meep, I would literally just say moop back and I'd consider the conversation done.
Well, maybe there was a response cooking.
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes
Maybe he
he
still
says-
is.
Maybe it's like the introduction of a conversation. Sometimes it's just the full thing, but sometimes it's an introduction, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Is there more to it than that?
Yeah.
Sorry, Gerald. You were born in the 60s. Not the 80s.
Yeah, definitely not 1988.
I got a final answer.
Huh.
Dad dropped out of college in 1987.
A year off from Totoro.
He was so excited for Totoro.
He was so excited that he said, I'll drop
He
out
said,
for you.
"I'm gonna be an animation major."
Yeah.
I only say it's old because I think of like being a kid or being like having a prefrontal cortex that's like partially formed. Like more like 75% at this age. Like I'm watching and retaining this information, and I think that was from a while ago. You wouldn't have retained this information.
I wasn't alive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember when we talked
Everyone
about
else in my family was.
You were a clump of cells, at least.
Remember-
I certainly was. Yeah.
Remember when we talked about our cellular age?
Yeah, that was my
That
cellular age was much younger.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Cellularly, I'm ancient.
I was cellular born in the 50s.
Crazy.
All right.
Craziness.
All right. Brandon, go ahead.
Here's the title.
Dad says the 80s were such a fun time.
Incredible.
We've heard about the fun
We've
times he
heard
had. Okay. The title of this one is My Boyfriend, 23 male, doesn't like Apple, and it's starting to affect me, 24 female. How to proceed.
Wait, repeat?
My boyfriend, 23 male, doesn't like Apple, and it's starting to affect me, 24 female.
Okay, so he doesn't
Just
How
a
to proceed.
singular apple.
No,
no
Apple.
Apple products.
Oh!
Products, the company.
Macintosh.
My boyfriend's hatred of Apple feels like an obsession, and it's really starting to affect me.
Okay.
When we first started dating almost 5 years ago, age check. Okay.
They were like 19?
Yeah. I didn't really think much of him having an Android until I made one of the haha, you have green bubbles jokes, and he went into a very long and passionate rant about how Apple products are the worst. I've always
Okay.
thought of the message color jokes to be just childish teasing between people, so I didn't really think it was ever going to be a bigger deal than the fact that we have different phones, and that's that. Well, over the course of our relationship, these passionate explanations have never stopped. He'll have the same conversations over and over again with friends, family, strangers, etc., even if someone just casually mentions something regarding the phone at all. At first, it was whatever, but after so many years of this, it's becoming an actual issue for me. His discourse over Apple usually makes him so upset that he gets red and flustered and starts yelling at people.
Oh my God.
Not sure if it's anxiety, irritation, or anger. Many times people will try to just brush it off with jokes, but it seems it makes him more upset. He literally just cannot let it go. I've told him many times that I truly don't care that his phone can't do a million things. I truly don't care if his phone can do a million more things than mine. The fact that I have an iPhone is my decision, and I'm happy with it, and that shouldn't affect anyone else. I've been trying to avoid any conversation regarding our phones for years now, and now I start to get anxiety hoping it won't be brought up in any way just because I don't want to hear the same explanation again. For example, if I'm driving and have my phone connected to the car, I get nervous if anything like a GPS or music isn't working properly because I don't want to start an Apple problems jab that will just turn into a lecture. I'm honestly just at my wit's end trying to figure out how to move past all this. Part of me feels like it's unhealthy to be this obsessed with hating a tech company that impacts your relationship, and another part of me feels like I should just switch phones so that I don't have to deal with this anymore. What can I say to him or do that makes this stop?
I know exactly what you do.
Tell me.
Okay.
Yep.
He starts lecturing. You start lecturing him back. You start lecturing him about psychology and being like, well, you're so mentally ill. I don't know. Just, this is
Mental warfare.
This is the psychology around obsessions and what it can do to a person. And then if you're lecturing back, maybe he'll start to retain the information because you probably memorized the arguments.
Yeah.
Like maybe not the exact word for words that he's going to bring up, but like if you start lecturing back, then he gets a taste of his own medicine and maybe also retains information about the psychology of obsession. Then he stops altogether.
Business pitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is impossible, but
We'll
anything-
decide that.
I'd like it to be possible. It's
Here's the
not
thing.
going to be.
Here's the thing, and with late stage capitalism, in this world, if it's a business idea, anything is possible.
People sold oxygen at one point.
Period. Period. They still do.
This isn't even like a business pitch. I think this is just a new invention that I'd like to create.
Okay.
Okay.
You create a computer chip or like some biomechanical contraption.
An
that
Arduino.
you can
Sure.
install in your husband
Okay.
Okay. I'm
to just mute him when he goes.
They had that on
You
Black
know?
Mirror. Yeah.
Yeah. I would love that.
Yeah.
It's not impossible.
Like, not even just like mute him for everyone, just mute him for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you can install it in yourself and just like mute out specific
good,
people.
too. Yeah, you
I
just
feel
turn-
like that's probably a
Just
little
turn
bit
your
more
volume
ethical
off.
than just like installing things without people's consent.
Yeah. I
So-
would just turn my volume off every once in a while.
Yeah.
I like both of these ideas. My first response is that when he starts complaining, to just throw a temper tantrum, like a child's temper tantrum, and throw yourself on the ground and start kicking and flailing, and
I
just
love
like
that
and
idea.
like cry. And then he'll be like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "We're both whining and complaining right now." Wah.
Piss
and
on the
like,
floor.
You sound like a baby. Yeah.
Piss on the floor.
And then everything he loves, piss on that too.
There's a show of dominance that no one expects.
Yeah. And then what was my other option? I don't remember.
Sing.
Sing is very good.
Oh yeah. Start violently singing very loudly.
Or just scream until he shuts the fuck up.
Like I would start going like this. Baby, it's you. You're the one I want.
Gotta stop it on the rights.
Yeah, but like like that, and then he keeps getting louder, and then I get louder.
Yeah. And then eventually he loses his voice.
Yeah. Thank you for cutting me off with the
Yeah,
copyright.
Beyonce would have let us do it, but like the recording company wouldn't. So like we had to really be
Yeah.
careful about it. So it's fine. We
She-
get it.
she
Beyonce,
likes
we
my
love
dulcet
you.
We get
Yeah.
the capitalistic
Yeah, we got
society.
nothing but
of
love
the
for
music
Beyonce.
industry.
We're on some unhingedness today.
Yeah, I
like it.
I think we're right on track.
No. I'm unhingedness for like other people, but for us,
Oh
perfectly
yeah.
hinged.
We're on there. People pretty much think this dude's an asshole.
Yeah.
And just are like, why are you?
Either
so,
that or just break up with him. Sorry.
yeah. But yeah, and people are just like, it's really not that big of a deal. It's really not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I'm just of the opinion, like, I like Android's customizability, but Apple's user interface is just better, period. Like, it just is. I get that they have a bunch of proprietary shit, and they're probably stealing our data and doing weird shit with it, but, like, who isn't these days?
Yeah, here's the thing about the Apple versus Android. People say stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't do that with my phone.
Huh?
People will be like, you can custom. I don't do that.
I did when I had an
You can
iPhone.
customize your phone. I don't do that.
I did when I was...
You could download this. I don't do that.
I did when I was an Android user.
Yeah.
I like that it has Google products more integrated. Like
Android stuff?
Like, for example, the thing that pissed me off the most about Apple is that it defaults to Apple Maps and it can't change
And
the
Safari.
default apps. But like it's like 2 extra clicks of a button to go from one to the other, so it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah, I just copy the address rather than look at it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's my thing though.
But yeah,
I use my phone to send little text messages and play little games. That's it.
Does it do the functions that I need to? Then I have no problem with
Exactly.
exactly.
I'll gladly switch to Google Pixel if I need to.
Yeah.
I had a Google Pixel for a really long time.
I had them for a couple of years.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah,
wonder what
I
updates
didn't
they
switch
had.
to Apple products exclusively until my mid-20s.
Yeah, I was in grad school. And I was like, you know what? I already have a bunch of
iPhone.
loans out of here. Might as well get an iPhone.
I got my first big girl job and I said, you know what? I think I'm going to get an iPhone.
Get a new phone.
Get a new phone.
Get a new boyfriend.
New phone. Yeah, get a new boyfriend. That's the TLDR.
Go therapy.
Okay, ready?
Develop your prefrontal
Do you want
cortex.
medium or do you want long?
Mead.
Medium?
go.
I like mead.
Okay. The medium ones are... Sorry, I have to pull up the links again.
Medium.
Hmm.
The medium ones are about people who
Oh, there's only one medium
talk to
one.
the afterlife.
I'm going to read you all 3 titles.
My big toe is
Um,
big.
Aptly named.
It's the biggest one.
It's a pretty big toe.
Okay, ready?
Anyway,
So there's 3 options. The first one is my family unintentionally left me out for over a year and I just realized it. The second one is I just ruined my whole family by getting drunk.
Nice.
And the last one is boyfriend gifted me a laptop and now he's on it all the time.
That doesn't sound like
That
a
sounds
gift.
annoying.
Yeah.
I'm curious how you're left out for a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I need more information.
What
Okay.
were you doing?
This one's kind of a longer one, so I will try and speed through it.
You
That's fine.
told me it was
Take your
medium.
time. We've
Well,
got time.
I had
You
one.
You
I
fibbed.
thought I had 6, and then I miscalculated because my prefrontal
It's fine.
cortex-
Just
I
read.
know.
I'm just saying that my prefrontal cortex is not formulated.
Yeah.
Okay, so my
back in
family
1988.
my family intentionally left me out for over a year, and I just realized it. Wow, I didn't know my family was this sneaky and messed up. A little backstory is that my mom really wanted to go to Hawaii for her 60th birthday a few years ago. She invited our family, which includes her husband, my half sister who is younger, 18 years old, my half brother who's 38, with his girlfriend, me, and my husband.
So 6 people total.
This is a big age range of people.
Yeah,
Also a very big group. 6 people.
Yeah.
If your
Hawaii.
half brother is 38,
Mhm.
how old is she?
she does not specify in this post.
Huh. Okay.
I'm assuming probably 20s then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's assume like 24 to 28
Sure.
or something. I don't know, maybe 32. To accompany her,
Just throwing out numbers.
we were
Maybe
all
33.
invited to accompany her in her dream vacation. Her husband had a
Wait,
heart.
we were all invited?
All of those people.
Huh. Okay.
5
Um,
people, including mom.
Sounds,
Well, not
sounds
including mom.
inclusive so far.
Her husband had a heart attack a couple of years prior to
Mom's
them.
husband?
Mom's husband had a heart attack a couple of years prior to them
Oh.
planning this trip a few years ago
I'm glad he's okay.
and was having complications, so the trip
Oh.
was canceled.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Please keep in mind she was not concerned about his health whatsoever. She was mad. The grammar in this post is not great. She was mad she married an alcoholic man who was, quote, ruining her life in her elder years because she thought she would be able to travel now but can't since she has had so many health complications due to his alcoholism, therefore the trip being canceled. So it looks like her husband is an alcoholic, had health complications,
Just
had a heart
kinda
attack,
broke.
and then also had to cancel the initial plan of the Hawaii trip. Okay,
Sure.
just keeping that in mind. To my surprise, I found out they all just went to Hawaii last week.
Mhm.
They were originally planning the vacation 2 years in advance before it was canceled. So, and then she started asking a lot of questions. So how long have I gone to their birthdays or graduations or holidays events, and with them knowing they were going to Hawaii and intentionally leaving me out? I am so hurt I can't even express it. I think I need to go no contact with them. We didn't have a flight or anything. I just don't understand why they would be so hurtful and knowingly leaving me out, me and my husband.
Ooh.
To make all of this thing worse, my little sister's boyfriend of only a year was invited to go with the family for the family trip. I found out about this after they got back. They didn't even tell me they were leaving. And mom came back nonchalantly and said, "Oh yeah, we just got back from Hawaii." I noticed she wasn't talking about my brother. She normally talks about him a lot. So I asked how he was doing. My mom weakly said, "Oh, they went on the trip with us." It's no secret that my mom has always chosen men over me. I am wondering if her husband, who dislikes me, said I wasn't invited. I am so confused. Why was I left out if I was once included? Like I said, we didn't have a fight or a fallout or anything negative happening except for the fact that her husband dislikes me. I am hurt and confused. I was the one who was there for my mom when she would cry her eyes out from hating her husband, hating her life, hating how she raised every single one of her kids. I am the one that reassured her that she's a good mom and did the best that she could at the time. It is more than simply not being invited to a family trip when I was originally invited to. It is the fact that they planned this trip over a year and didn't say a word. They didn't tell me that they were leaving. She unintentionally left out who went with her until I asked. None of them posted anything on social media about the trip, like they were trying to hide the evidence. It's just bizarre. My mom was never the best mom to me, but I didn't think she would ever do something like this on this scale. It all feels malicious and mean. I don't know how to move on from this. I'm a grown adult, 30 years old. And my husband says he is proud of me and how mature I was in the moment when she told me. I said he said that he sees my growth and he is my family now. Silver lining is that this is that it's definitely bringing me and my husband closer together. Should I simply go no contact? I don't know what to do. I've done some research on minimal versus no contact, and it seems like no contact is the best way to proceed. I would just appreciate any outside perspectives. What would you do?
I'd just go to Hawaii myself. And I'd post it everywhere.
There you go. This is weird.
It is bizarre. Is there an update to this, please?
There's not updates, but there's comments.
I
From
From OP, yes.
don't know why she wants to be included so bad.
Because it's a trip to Hawaii.
Doesn't
And she
sound
was
like she
under the
likes these people very much.
She
though.
was under the impression that she was going to go. And I'm assuming from how she crafted this post that she would have prepared to go to Hawaii even if she didn't like everyone there.
Yeah.
Seems like she may be closer with some of her other family members, like her brother or sister.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
Yeah, she's like, my mom and I get along, but she is bad.
But also she gave me a shitty childhood or whatever.
Stepdad doesn't like me, and yeah, just go on your own.
Just go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
If you want to
I
go
don't
to
think
Hawaii.
you need to go like no contact over this. I think you just need to like do your thing.
I mean, if you want to
Live
go
your life.
no contact, then go no contact.
Yeah.
If this is like the straw that broke the camel's back, then yeah, go no contact. But I don't think it should be the sole reason. Like if we had to isolate, I didn't get invited to go to Hawaii, and that's the only reason, but you still have your love and care for your family members, then like obviously yes, it's gonna hurt. Take your time to process that information and like maybe talk it out if you really want to talk it out. But like I don't think that's the sole reason why you should go no contact with somebody. It seems like there's a lot of underlying things that the OP maybe has kind of alluded to that has kind of led them to think about no contact.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Do you want some more context?
Mhm.
Okay, so somebody commented, I don't know if this is response to a parent. What's the parent comment? This person was like, God, this really hurt to read. Have you considered therapy? Did she offer an explanation? This isn't justified, but how did she justify this to herself? I really think you need to cut contact is what they said. And they said, update me. And so they did. The OP says, I was so shocked when she told me, and I have a major tendency to freeze in the moment. She really caught me off guard. After I stared for a second, I said, you didn't even tell me you were leaving? And she replied with, I've just been so busy this summer. She's a school teacher, and she gets the summers off, and she teaches summer school in June. So there's no way she didn't intentionally not tell me. Especially considering how long she takes to plan things. My entire life, me and my mom have had a weird relationship. Ever since this is a longer update. Ever since she married my stepdad when I was in 5th grade, that's when it started feeling like she didn't want me around. I would often spend my days by myself in my room, almost always alone. I don't think she ever taught me anything about emotions or how to be or anything. I figured out a lot of that stuff on my own, and thanks to my amazing husband. I tried to have this conversation with her in the past about something similar, and it did not go well. I tried to place a boundary with her about my little sister. She wanted to take her on a plane trip to Florida on her 16th birthday. It's her kid; she can do what she wants. But when she would say these extravagant plans to me, all I pictured in my head was her never having a birthday party for me after she married my stepdad. I got a frozen pie and cried myself to sleep most birthdays. I tried to tell her, do what you want to do for her B-day, but please don't talk to me about it since it hurts me too bad. She started crying and made it about being a bad parent to me. So it didn't really go well. She did not respect my boundary either, but I should have went no contact a while ago. Because the bending over backwards for my baby of a sister never stopped. I will keep you updated with what I decide to do. It really is looking like no contact is what's best for me. I'm just debating if I will speak to her to say why. I really don't even want to ask why.
Then don't. There's no reason to give you an explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like she just woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she just gained clarity for all the terrible things that have been happening to her entire life.
Wake up, sheeple.
Yeah, like this was just the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
think.
happened, like-
Yeah.
I just was shocked by the like they won't even take you on a trip that they've been planning with other people.
Yeah.
And said
That's
you were invited
crazy.
to originally.
Also, don't blame your sister though. It's not her fault.
No. She wasn't blaming the sister. She was blaming the mom for not doing anything. In
Oh,
comparison. Like
I
she's
thought you
like,
said she would bend over backwards for my baby of a sister.
Oh, yeah. She,
like her
she's
baby
just-
sister.
yeah.
Oh.
I think is what she
She's
meant
like
to say.
Well, that's
the
different.
baby. She's young in comparison.
I know what a baby sister is, but you said baby of a sister.
That's what it says.
No, that's why I was like,
It's
well,
weird.
We don't need
It's
to
a
be,
weird. It's a weird side
Yeah,
comment.
that's what I'm saying. We don't need to be mad at the sister. She just turned 18. She don't know what she's
Yeah,
doing.
cut contact. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You don't have to say anything. They'll reach out if they want
Any
to.
other
and
creative solutions to this?
Move to Hawaii.
Move to Hawaii. Live there permanently.
Make her feel jealous. Or Florida.
Tell her about the chase glitch.
Ooh.
Make your mom commit check
yeah,
fraud.
Yeah.
You should go to jail.
That's
Take
such a
that.
stupid fucking glitch.
Of
not a
course, the
glitch.
mom is a teacher.
It's not a
too.
glitch. It's just fraud.
Of course, the mom is a teacher too.
Yeah, teachers notoriously awful people. So probably pay them less, actually.
Yeah.
JK, just we're kidding. We're kidding.
work in
We're
education.
We're
Yeah.
educators. It stinks because it's like they probably are really good for their kids in class, but they have their own kids. And then
Well, that's what it sounds like. This person figured it out after the fact, like had their first child and didn't really know what to do and didn't handle it
Yeah.
well and didn't do it, but then grew up and, you
And
know,
that
even though
happens.
her husband is not good, was still able to change their life and support them in ways and
Yeah.
or at least help provide support. So now she's able to do things.
yeah.
And like it's unfortunate for the original firstborn child, but like
Well, that's the thing. Oh, they have a
happens.
half brother. Forgot
yeah,
about that. It's
the
a half
stepdad
brother.
has an older child, which sounds like there's probably a very large age gap happening here,
Yeah.
which is fine. But
Interesting. All right, Ashley, what you got for us?
Okay. I have a small, medium, and large.
Okay. Small is titled. What are the titles?
You've already read the titles. I'm
Oh.
just going to pick
I don't
between small,
remember them.
medium, and large.
Medium.
Okay. Am I a horrible person for being hurt and upset by a quote harmless joke my husband played on me?
I think I may have heard this one.
we'll find out.
I think you have actually.
Is it?
Now that I'm reading it.
Is it the one?
Let's do the
where-
long one.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for blowing up my pregnant wife and putting my foot down after her blow up?
Yeah, probably.
Created the account because my wife has Reddit, but thinking I don't care if she can find it. But the account is already created. Idiot.
Fucking.
Sorry. We are renting a 2-bedroom house from an older man.
Okay.
We will call him G for this. I don't know. No.
It's Gerald.
Yeah, Gerald. Love you, Dad. He doesn't own land. Well, yeah, he doesn't own.
No, he
a
doesn't
house.
own a house.
I don't know how to really describe Gerald, but older retired military is the closest.
Oh.
This
okay.
man has been nothing but kind to us far more than either one of our parents has ever been. We live in California, and the average rent in our area is around $2,600 for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, that tracks.
Or 2-bedroom. At first, we were a bit skeptical because the house was advertised by Gerald, but Gerald wanted to meet the tenants personally before anything else. Listing stated $2,500, but also was stated as negotiable.
Okay.
We met with Gerald, and I don't know if he liked us or felt sorry because we told him our story, but he offered us the place for $1,600.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Any problems we have ever had throughout the 6 years me and my wife have lived in the house was fixed within 48 hours. Gerald is the landlord everyone wishes they had. He isn't money hungry, and if rent is a bit late, he understands as long as you keep him informed. We haven't had an issue with him in 6 years. I've asked him why he's renting the house out to us so cheap, and his story broke my heart. He bought the house for his daughter a couple of years ago before we moved in, but unfortunately she and her fiance died in a car crash, and he couldn't find the heart to sell it, but he also doesn't want it to just stay empty. During COVID, when my wife lost her job and I had to take a pay cut, I called him and told him about the situation. I asked if it was possible for us to perhaps pay a couple $100 less in rent, and then I will pay everything back once COVID stopped. He came over and talked to me and my wife. After 2 hours of talking, he said that he would forgive half of our rent until the whole COVID thing is done, and then we can just go back to our original contract. I can't describe how happy I was. I thanked him with tears in my eyes, with $700 saved on rent, while we were able to keep our head above water during that crisis.
That's big.
Above it, the kind of man Gerald is. I don't know what that means, but okay.
He's kind.
Yeah, he's a good guy. My wife is currently 5 months pregnant. Gerald had some health scares, so we haven't seen him in the last 6 months. He came over the day before yesterday to tell us he is healthy again and will again take care, up the care responsible. So if anything is needed, to just give him a call. He saw my wife and obviously the belly and asked her how far along she was, and we told him, and he just had this smile from ear to ear and said, "Congratulations." Before he walked off, he said, "Kids are expensive, so as a baby gift for me, let's make the rent an even $1,000 until the baby is born."
All right.
I have an idea why, but for some reason this set my wife off completely. He started yelling at Gerald, calling him an old man that is looking down on us and that he can take his useless gift and shove it up his ass.
What the fuck?
She was yelling for this for like 3 minutes, and every time I tried to stop her, she would just get louder and louder. I don't know what got into my wife, but at the end of her rant, she said that if you really want to gift us something for our baby, you should not let us pay rent at all, you stupid fucking old man. That is what you call a gift. Gerald took everything she said and didn't say a word back. His face just went from happy to completely emotionless. After my wife was done, he just left. I blew up on my wife and asked her what the fuck she was thinking, as Gerald never did anything wrong to us. She just started to cry and refused to talk to me for the rest of the night. Every time I brought it up, she would just start crying. But I caught on to the crocodile tears and told her to just stop because I wanted an explanation. Yesterday morning before I left for work, I told her that she better be ready because ready or not, when I got home, we will talk about what happened and I will not accept her fake tears. Got a text from Gerald telling me that we have to talk. He asked to meet at the house at 5 o'clock and I agreed. We met up at the house and he asked to come in. We sat in the living room and he asked if my wife could join us, and she did. He didn't ask why, what happened, nothing at all. He didn't ask why, what happened, nothing. All he did was lay out what will be happening moving forward. Okay. He said the gift will no longer be happening and he will expect the full rent at the end of the month. No excuses. He said that the rent will stay at $1,600 until our lease is up for renewal, which is ending at the end of this year. And when the lease is over, we are more than welcome to renew. Then he will be charging us market rate for the house.
Oh.
That is more than $1,000 increase. I tried to talk to him, but he refused to listen and then just walked out of the house. My wife was white as a ghost on the couch and stammered what we were going to do because she knows that a $1,000 increase in the rent will lead us back to living on paycheck to paycheck. My paycheck is enough to cover literally every single bill until my promotion in 14 months. I blew up and told her this shit is her doing, and she asked me to run after Gerald and talk or call him and try and talk with him, but Gerald was refusing. The only message I got back was, "Please contact me if it has to do with something with the house. But not for any personal matters, as a relationship will be strictly landlord and tenant," and that is it. My wife is frantically trying to call Gerald and apologized, but he isn't answering her calls. She knows her part-time job paycheck might not be enough, and I told her we will need to downsize, and she's not happy. I am not happy with my wife at all, and she's calling me an asshole because I'm mad at her. $1,000 doesn't sound like a lot, but for some, but for me, it is a lot of money. My wife's paycheck would not have been touched for rent or anything, but now it has to, and as I told her she will cover the 1,000 if she wants to stay in the house, as I refuse to take up longer hours or more shifts. She is devastated because her part-time salary might not be enough and she will have to go back to full-time work. Sorry if my post is all over the place. I'm tired and my emotions aren't at the right place currently, and I've been stressing about this thing that hasn't even crossed my mind before, and things that I haven't had to stress over before. This situation sounds rough, and I know, but like I said above, I am up for a promotion at work for my manager's job when he retires in 14 months. I'm assured the job and have it in writing. The increase is enough for my wife to only be at part-time work, but that will only be in 14 months, and she has to cover the missing $1,000 for rent, as I'm refusing. Phone. I don't want to move, but if she doesn't cover the missing 1,000, or just can't, then we will have to. There's a couple edits, but we'll get into that in a moment.
Pregnancy brain really fucks with you, huh?
Negative character development was not deserved. Like, I did not know where that came from.
That's just so out of left field.
I mean, the only explanation of that to me is semi-rational, is that she was having pregnancy brain and felt slighted somehow, which like happens, like for sure happens, but like for 3 minutes to go popping off on somebody
After 6 years
of a really positive relationship, I don't give a fuck who this person is, or if they're actually just pitying me. Pity me all you fucking want. Yeah, I am to be pitied. I'll take it. I'll take your pity money.
Absolutely.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and $1,000 increase, that's...
In California,
it's not much for some. It's a lot for a lot of people,
for most people
nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, we could not do that.
No.
We would die.
In California, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like a $2,600 apartment.
That's for 2 bedrooms. That's the market rate for a 2-bedroom
Yes,
house.
I'm doing the math. So if that's so they were paying $1,600.
I don't even
26.
They
got like a 60% discount.
Yeah.
On base rent, and then during COVID, like
even more than that.
They were paying like $700 or something, and
maths.
That's like they were paying 26% of what market value was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's crazy.
Only
I would be going crazy with that.
Yeah.
And babies are like, he was right. Like, in the
babies are fucking expensive.
No
Get
wonder I
doctor's
don't want
appointments.
kids. I'd be like, thanks.
Yeah,
dude.
they're like, oh, we're gonna make ends meet, but like, what if something happens to the baby? I don't want to have to go there, but like,
what if something
you
happens
have to
mom?
have a safety net. Like, it sounds like they're probably gonna have to move out, and that sucks.
My questions are, what's her explanation? Because the explanation better be pregnancy brain, and that's it.
I mean, it sounds like she regretted it pretty immediately, but
yeah, I think the top comment really explains it in the shortest way possible. Not the asshole to you. Your wife just shot your entire family in the foot.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Edit 1. I have asked my wife if Gerald has done something or said something to her that caused her reaction to him wanting to give it as a gift, and she's in tears. She, in tears, told me no, but can't or won't give me a reason. To me, in my mind, I took what she said at face value, and I believe she thinks Gerald was looking down at us, as she said when he made the offer. That $500 would have helped us monumentally, and my wife knows that. She also knows getting a house like we currently have, and as good as we have it in the house, is not a guarantee, because we have read numerous stories on Reddit about how other landlords, and she herself has always expected how lucky we have been. Edit 2. I worded it like shit in my post. I'm sorry. Our lease is up for renewal, but our lease will basically be canceled or not renewed We will basically have to reapply for the lease, and the new amount will be the market rate. He said, for the fact that we have been good tenants so far, he will give us first option to the house.
So basically,
Oh.
he's saying that, like, okay, I can be renewed, but because there's such an increase, it's not like, oh,
No,
a
I
traditional
think when
renewing.
he's saying, like, our lease is going to be up for renewal at the end of the year, and there's one of two options. Either we cancel the lease entirely,
Yes.
or we renew it now
With
at the
the
market
market
rate.
value. Yeah, that's pretty.
And yeah,
I mean, that's standard, but the fact of the matter is it's not standard because of the amount increase, right? Like, that's something our government is currently trying to regulate. Is like the amount of increase that a landlord can do from year to year. Because traditionally, having learned this from our landlord, it's about a 3% increase. But landlords at the moment, I believe, don't have any like
Depends
legal.
on where you are. Yeah.
Depends on where you are, but like I think largely glossing over statement here, don't have a ton of regulatory things going on that like say, hey, you can't increase it by too much. So it's I think that's the reason. They're incredibly lucky they're getting that offer in the first place.
This last edit is wild.
Okay.
Edit 3, because it keeps coming up. I actually forgot how far Reddit can go with things. I know this sounds shitty of me, but I am more sure that G hasn't slept with my wife than I am my wife has never cheated on me. Myself including, I have never met a man more set on morals and principles. He still wears his wedding ring, even though his wife has been dead for more than 10 years. When I asked him about a woman or girlfriend in his life, he said no. His wife is waiting for him, and he will not disappoint her. Wow, this man, G, whoever you are, you're a great guy.
Yeah, I think he needs to leave his wife and get with G.
You're right. That's the
Just
solution.
be homies.
Yeah.
Just live alone.
Be like, yo, if I get this other bitch out of here.
You down?
No, I mean, but then that's also really fucked up because then you're leaving a pregnant woman.
Alimony, child support, like
Okay,
that's
well,
fine.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
She has a part-time job.
that
Might have to go to full time.
She'll be okay.
But I just they really shot themselves in the foot for sure. Yeah, she did, and that's the thing is like, I get the like feeling of pity, but like
I don't.
I get
Pity me.
Look, no. Let me finish.
Choose me.
I get
it.
I get feeling like you're being pitied, but that's not a bad thing.
Mm-mm.
Like, literally, who else cares?
Yeah.
No one else cares, right? Like, it's not like you're telling your parents, oh, I'm gonna get a discount because my landlord pities me. Don't tell anyone. It's your relationship. Covet that shit as much as possible, and like, just like, it's mine. You know.
That's it.
I mean, like, I can understand the frustration. I can't condone the reaction that the wife did because, like, I myself am prideful of money.
Yeah, but like you can be prideful
in certain
of money.
ways. Like, I want to be able to provide for myself. I want to be able to pay and, like, you know, monetarily, like, live up to the expectations that I've set for myself or that other people may have, you know.
But here's the thing.
Inherently, but like
you can be that way and also be grateful for assistance.
Exactly.
Because if your landlord came to you and was like, "Hey, I'm actually doing really well, and you all have been really good tenants, so I'm actually going to decrease your rent by like $600 a month,"
I'd be like, "Thank you so much."
Exactly, which is why I can't condone that type of reaction.
It's
of,
like I'd be like,
you,
"How long
you can shove this gift up your ass?" Like, I'm sorry.
I would be like, "How much longer can I stay?
Yeah.
Like, can I make improvements on the house? Like, how can I work with you to make this? You know,
like what if we make it less and I spend that much money on this project?
Or, hey, you know, make it less, but I'm going to save money to buy the house from you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, because, again, also this guy's story, the landlord's story is also incredibly
old.
He's getting old. He got this house for his kids, and the kids are dead.
He was going to leave them that
like,
house in the
if
will.
anything, like, you having...
I'm sure.
Like, if anything... In some degree, you taking the house is you kind of pitying him, being like, "Hey, like I don't want to cause you more grief by having just this empty house. I will gladly, take
Can we
up
do
the
like
space.
a rent to own situation where it's like I
Yeah.
want to make sure that you're okay? I don't know.
Weird. Weird.
That sucks.
It's
This was
like
rough.
he was a nice guy. Let him have his own morals or whatever opinions, and just it's not like he's up your ass
Right.
sniffing around saying, "Hey, can you tell me everything about your life?" He was in the hospital for a few
He
months.
had and he also like upon meeting him for the first time, like he had a very reasonable thing of like, I just want to get to know my tenants.
Mhm.
Like
Renting one house.
Period.
Yeah.
Anyway,
weird.
wild.
It's time to roll for wrap up.
It is. It is. Is this a long episode?
Yes, it was.
No,
Oh.
it's. I mean,
mean,
it's longer, but it's not.
Okay.
It's all in the longer
No,
end
but
of
it's
definitely-
our normal.
It's
but-
time. That was our show for today. It's time to roll for wrap up. All right, for those of you who are joining us for the first time, thank you so much for joining. This is Chat Rollette. As you can tell from the name, we roll.
We roll and
we
then
roll
chat.
dice, and we roll and then chat. So this is us rolling.
Well, really, we kind of like chat and then roll, but like tomato.
Well, but I mean, it just depends on the order in which we do stuff.
All right.
But yes, we roll for wrap up, so we see who wraps us up and how. It's typically like asking a question or a story or stuff like that, and then we roll a 20-sided die. Brandon showed off this 20-sided die, and we have a list of 20 topics on your screen right now. And it's a different episode every week. There's some repeat episodes because they stand the
They're
test
just
of
good,
time.
man.
They're good
Mainstays.
episodes. But there's also some like brand new ones that we have never done before, and we check them out.
All
Wrap us up. Who's wrapping us up?
2.
2 is
Ashley.
Me.
1.
you're gonna.
Plug or recommend something.
Oh yeah,
Hey, go play Pokemon because if we upload our consciousnesses into the Pokemon universe, then you should know what it looks
which
like.
gen are you uploading?
Let me know which Pokemon you'll get when you're dead.
Oh, it's my ideal is that they would just be all of them.
Right, but like
What
which
kind
like
of
region?
All of
Kanto.
them.
Just
I
all
want to
of
be able
which-
to freely travel between all of
Yes,
them.
but which one are you starting out in?
Oh, probably Kanto.
Kanto region.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are
I
my
think the
babies.
Alolan region would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I like being in the lowland because we're playing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon
Mhm.
right now. And I like that in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon to travel between islands you have to surf.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's
new in that
fun.
one. They don't do that in regular Sun and Moon.
No,
fun.
I mean, but like the Alola region is basically like Pokemon Hawaii. So I can
Yeah, quite literally.
So the person really should just move there
yeah.
instead of regular Hawaii.
Oh, do you think Pokemon Resort is there?
1000% it is.
Fuck.
I feel like it's
What
in like the
Okay,
Caribbean.
if you upload your consciousness, what Pokemon would you have as your starter? It can be any Pokemon.
Fuecoco. No questions.
I'm gonna have a Psyduck.
Brandon's gonna have a bug boy, I think.
Maybe. I don't know.
But also Rowlet.
I know. That's the hard part. There's so many good
Yeah,
ones.
Brandon started with a Rowlet in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Pick your starting Pokemon when you upload your consciousness. Put it in the comments. Anyways.
I really want to. That's my other thing that I would want to be buried with is a stuffed Fuecoco.
Okay.
We
They
should
have
go to Build-A-Bear.
Fuecoco. No, they have Fuecoco Squishmallows.
They have
Mhm.
Fuecoco Build-A-Bears.
I have Grubbin on my mind.
Grubbin is so good.
Maybe Snom.
I was also thinking Snom.
Ice Bug.
There's so many good ones though.
Think on it, and we'll come back to the next episode.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right,
that's
ready?
My recommendation.
20-sided table. Oh, I
4.
did a lot of spins.
The
4
Whisper
is
Challenge.
The Whisper
We're
Challenge.
gonna do the Whisper Challenge, which is fun.
ASMR.
It's a lot of ASMR next week.
Like doing a lot of this and like making sure and doing
No, that's not.
and doing little.
No.
I'm gonna get some water and I'm
I
gonna
presented an ASMR episode and you said no. You didn't want to do that.
Oh, this is different. This has a challenge in it.
Does this do anything?
Yeah.
Well, some ASMR artists might go like this, right? They might be like, I have a dice tray.
Oh.
Ooh, I like that.
Very percussive.
And then they also do it on their own fingers, so they
Like with your nails back and forth.
Dolly Parton.
I don't have like enough nails. Yeah, like that.
burn. Okay, but that's our episode.
We won't be whispering the entire time.
No, we are gonna be yelling at each other.
That's it's the extremes. It's some whispering and some yelling.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's our episode for today. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.